Good afternoon, everyone. Today is April 30th, 2020. Today I want to cover the S&P 500, sort of the close of April, what we can expect in May 2020, talk a little bit about what I see in the volatility index and sort of expectations going forward. So today's focus is mindfulness and the herd mentality. And what we want to sort of get an understanding of by the end of the video is what could potentially happen in May 2020. And yeah, the easy answer is things could go up and things could go down, but we're sort of just going to look at the charts a little bit to get an idea. So I want to take you guys back a little bit to at the drop, right? So everybody was expecting that we would retest the bottom. And even if you recall, a lot of the news outlets were saying there's no way this is a V recovery. We have to do more of a W recovery, right? So there's a lot of people that have been waiting for the W recovery, and it just never happened. If I take you back to 2018, sort of this was the same mindset where everybody was like, yeah, there's no way this is going to be a V recovery. We're obviously going to bounce, come back down, and then go back up, which never really happened. And we only retested this till recently. So what's going on and what's going to happen? So I had a couple good trades. I take small trades, nothing too big, that were profitable yesterday. And really what happened was yesterday, yesterday was almost the last day of big earnings. Today, obviously, we had Apple and Amazon, but yesterday was the last day of the majority of big companies that everybody cares about. And for the most part, most companies, whether they reported bad or good, they went up regardless. Also, what we had yesterday was we had Jerome Powell speak, and people thought, is this going to move the market in one way or another? So coming up to this point, sort of the expectation was things are going to go up no matter what. And today the market sold off because, in essence, all earnings are done. So now the question really is, what's going to cause the markets to go up and what is going to cause markets to go down throughout the month of May? My thought process is that we're likely to see some consolidation to move downwards, probably around this range right here, 2782. Maybe if we go much lower, we go back to 2600, but I'm more likely to think that we're just going to drop maybe another 100 handles on the S&P 500 and then bounce up before we retest the most recent highs. The other thing that you could think of is, maybe we move in the next week to these moving averages and then get rejected, right? This is like the 200, the 128, and the 100. But I think really is that we're probably going to be building some energy. And as these moving averages move a little bit down towards, June, we're likely to maybe retest them again and then either get a harder breakdown, or just jump right over them and move up to new highs. So I honestly think that we're going to be in this range for a while, somewhere between 2950 and probably 2600 at the lows, but more likely 2782. Another reason why I don't think we're going to go break down very hard is because in general the VIX is still very high. So for those that don't know the VIX or what it does, it just measures, it's a ratio between the number of people buying calls and the number of puts being bought. So volatility has been dramatically decreasing over time, which basically means that there's less puts, more people are just buying calls. And I could see the VIX, the VIX right now is still at 30. It's still pretty high. And for the most part, if you look at all of, if you look at the last, this is a day chart, if you look at the last couple months, the VIX tends to be much lower. It tends to trend around 20. So the lower the VIX, the higher the market goes. So I think the VIX still has it still has to drop much lower, which makes me also think that the market is probably not going to that the market is not going to um, basically drop. Uh, I think it's still going to go higher or trade in the range that I was telling you about earlier. And so, yeah, I think it's important to just keep that in mind. You have to be a little bit cautious of what is the market saying. What does everybody think? Everybody's waiting for it to hit 3,000, and then everybody's going to buy their puts at the same time. Well, if everybody's doing the same thing, that's probably not likely going to happen. Again, going back to what people were thinking with the W recovery. Nobody thought it was going to be that easy. So, yeah, just be aware of what everybody else is thinking. It's not, you don't have to be contrarian every single time, but just don't think about the extremes um, in every single case. So, yeah, if you guys like this content, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. Thank you.